If you collect collectibles like watches, art, jewelry, then this video is for you. And I'm going to show you how to use collectioncover.com to get a quote for your collectibles. Last time we were racing against time and we managed to do a quick quote in 50 seconds. Today I'm going to take it a bit more slowly. I'm going to screen record it and you'll be able to see exactly what the system asks along the way for all the questions. So let's get going. First off, I'll enter my name. I'll pop in an email address. Enter my phone number. Just make one up. Enter my date of birth. Just change that a little bit. I'm a bit older than that, but okay, we'll use David Beckham's address in London, something like that. Pick an occupation from this very good list. Select what you work in. I'm an animal breeder today. I'm going to be breed IO. Oh dear. Right, let's add a few categories. So yep, my wife's got some handbags, so let's put some handbags in. Right, I'll add another category of, let's say, some jewelry, 50,000. I can add something wrong here. I'll add another category of, let's say, some watches. Right, let's click next. It's going to ask, have you or any policyholder or wearer or owner of the items been insured, to be insured, made any insurance claims in the last 5 years? I'm going to say no, but obviously here, if you've got claims, you would say yes. And here already I'm at the quick quote stage. So this is going to generate my quick quote. And it's 6,350, includes insurance, premium, tax and any fees. There are no fees, by the way. So what's covered is loss, theft, accidental damage, and I've got a self-managed policy, so there's ticks against those. Scrolling down a bit, you can read the full terms and conditions on the next steps. And what have I got? I've got handbags at 90,000, jewelry at 50,000, watches at 70,000, an in-safe amount add, and a voluntary excess add. Let's just click one of those, see what I can do. Okay, now it's taking me to the in-safe amount area. So this is the amount kept in your safe and for jewelry and watches only. Okay, right, so I do not wear all 70,000 of my watches at any one time, meaning I need some outside the home and some in the safe. So I'm going to put an amount now that's specific for an amount, not a particular item amount. So let's say I only need 20,000 outside the home, so I can put 50,000 into the safe, and then the line underneath says maximum in safe limit is 120,000 because it's added up the jewelry and the watches together. And I can, of the 120,000, I can put some into the safe and some not, depending on my wearing habits. Voluntary excess looks like the default is nil, so let's just change that. I'm happy with £1,000 excess, and I can regenerate the quote now. It's going to bring the quote right down to £5,800. And as you can see here, the in-safe amount has been added at 50,000, voluntary excess is added at £1,000. Okay, so these are the quick quote steps that I can do for personalizing my policy. And from here, I can just edit the quote if I want to, or I can finalize the cover now, which is going to take me into the full quote steps. So let's do those full quote steps. My marital status, do you wish to add a joint policy holder? I would, because my wife owns some of these items, which means I would then say yes to this, but for the sake of this demo, I'll just skip it and say no. Right. Now I'm being asked, please select the security at your location. So this is the fire and intruder security. This is quite important because you must have the reasonable and relevant security for your collection. So I can read through these, and let's say I have level 3 security. I've got an intruder alarm with the central station monitoring, and my fire security is also central station and professionally installed and maintained. Here I have an option of adding another location. So if I have a home in London and a home in the countryside, I can add another location here. And now it's asking me to add the actual items of and here it's asking me to add the details of the items. So it's reminding me that I've got handbags, jewelry and watches right here. So let's just say I have Hermes back in. For the sake of speed, I'll just put one item for each of these categories. Add another item of jewelry. So let's say Van Cleef necklace. Let's say that was 70,000. And then let's just say the final one, watches. So with watches, it's a little bit different because we have a database of over 40,000 watches. So I can choose here. So I can just type in that I've got a Rolex, let's say Daytona, Cosmograph, say yellow gold, 24-hour. Okay, the value is, let's say 80, and 2024. They're my 3 items that I've added. So if I scroll up, I can see item 1, 2, 3. I might have more items, so I can just add them if I want, but for the sake of speed, I'll just use those 3. Okay, right, the system has recognized that I'm going to need a safe because I've got quite a high value of jewelry and watches. So I'm going to enter that I've got a grade 5 safe, which is quite big, and it's a jump safe. So I'll just enter the details there. Click next. You can also add another safe at that point as well if you have multiple homes or multiple safes. And let's just say I want the policy to start today. Other assets owned, classic car, let's say. How did you hear about us? Google ads. Right, it's just asking me here to check all the details that I've input now before I actually submit the full quote. So here's all my details. There's the security, there's the safe, there's the items that we've added per category, start date, and let's finish and get the quote. And it's slightly changed because the numbers were a bit different this time around. So that's 6,692. Sounds a lot, but I can still personalize it. I've put an in safe at 50,000 as per before, voluntary excess 1,000 as per before, so it's remembered those from the quick quote. And let's just say I actually want to change that slightly to 60,000. The max in safe limit is now 150, so I've put in 30,000 more than what I did at the quick quote, which is fine. You can edit it as much as you like. Let's regenerate that quote. I'm going to bring it down a bit, and then I can save it for later or finalize. And if I finalize, I'm just going to jump into the buying section, and here are all the documents that you need. So this is the full terms and conditions of your policy. You can download all of these, you can read all the endorsements, and you can continue through these. And this is going to get you to a summary where you verify your ID and pay. So that's going to summarize the end of this quick quote to full quote demonstration. Hopefully that gives you an idea about how quick and easy the system is to use, and how we have something so unique in the personalizations for the in-safe amount and the voluntary excess. And as I said, the excess is nil as standard if you don't want one. And so you can really personalize this policy to exactly how you want it with all of your high value items. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Check out the next video coming soon.